A lot of y'all have been asking me for a tier list for a really long time now, so I thought I'd deliver on it before the update comes on Friday. This will hopefully be a quick video. I won't spend too long on each character. This is a base only tier list, and generally it'll let you know what I think about each character. Just before we begin, I just want to go over the structure of the tier list. While this tier list is vaguely ordered, I think anybody within their tier is able to be swapped around with no issue from me. But if the characters are in different tiers, then I think that higher tier character is just outright better than the lower tier character. Also, in this video, we'll be starting with the top tiers first and then going down to the bottom tiers. So with that out of the way, let's get started now. And at the top of the tier list, unbeknownst to literally nobody, Mechamaru claims the double S spot. It's really not even a competition. If you played this game for any length of time, you know how strong this character is. He's the only character right now that's consistently able to 100-0 you. On rework, he was top 1, but they've buffed him since then because they lowered the ultimate cost for offload and then removed his ubercharge mechanic. Now you have Mechamarus in ranked able to mode and use their absolute Mechamaru form, even after spamming offload moves all day. This character is very freely top 1, and this is obvious to anybody who's playing this game. He still has his 18 damage M1 reset. He still has his combo breaking move that he can use whenever he wants to. He can still stack ultra cannons to take off 40 HP in just one shot. It's really not even fair. This character is going to get crushed next update. Don't expect to see this character at the top of a tier list ever again. The next tier we have is the S tier, and like always, it's the inseparable duo of Choso and Megami. Every single tier list in this game always has these two characters in the same tier, and for good reason too. Choso and his supernova still shuts down the entire tier list below Hakari. Megami less so, but his combos are still entirely safe and you almost never get punished for them. Choso damage is still unbelievable. Off of a random supernova, you're still eating like what, 670 damage? Megami, again, less so, because despite his like really good neutral tools, he still mostly uses his tools in order to get M1s in. Unlike Choso, who's gonna hit you with one supernova or one aerial flowing red scale and hit you with a full combo. Regardless, they're both really consistent demons in this game. They've always been top tier, and Choso specifically, I don't think he's ever gonna fall off. After the Mechamaru fall off, I won't be surprised to see Choso occupying that top tier again. Now that we're done with the S tier, let's move on to the A tier now. And here, from left to right, we have Yuki, we have Haruta, and we have Hakari. Of these three, I think Yuki was the most difficult to place properly. She very easily has S tier potential, and I could even see her above Megami, but I can't just rate off of potential alone. I have never seen this character in YouTube, in ranked, in otherwise. I've never seen this character perform in a way that's really like blown me away. Her combos are very cool, they're very stylish, and they all do very high damage. But despite what her kit looks like to me in concept, I've never seen something that actually like makes me want to put her in the S tier over the A tier with everyone else. Her 4R is really the only super special thing about her kit because of how strong it is. But otherwise, she just feels like a bog standard A tier. That's obviously not a bad thing. I mean, she's very good as a character, that's why she's in the A tier to begin with. But she just doesn't feel like a character on the level of Choso. At most, I think you could argue Megami down a tier into the A tier than you can with Yuki up into the S tier. But that's enough about Yuki. Let's talk about Haruta and Hakari. Haruta is my new addition to the top 5, overtaking Hakari's spot from before. While it was very easy for me personally to place this character in the top 5, I think this spot of my tier list is going to be the most divisive for strong players at this game. Haruta's extremely low 70 HP really turns people off of the character. I don't think that take is entirely unfounded. 70 HP is a big issue with the character and a big flaw with them, but I think people are really underrating the skill ceiling for this character. When people reference skilled characters in this game, to me, my mind goes right to Haruta, not to Yuki, not to Choso, not to Megami. These characters aren't as skilled in my opinion, or as difficult to use as Haruta. And that's why I think this higher skill floor and higher skill ceiling is what puts people off of the character like right now. I kinda doubt this character will ever get the respect that he really deserves because that low HP is just gonna be too noticeable when you're fighting against enemy Harutas. When you're dominating a Haruta in a ranked match, matches can be as short as 1 minute and 30 seconds. But if the Haruta really knows what he's doing, it can really feel like a struggle to catch this character and finally put him down. And I found that this character is very similar to Choso in the aspect that every stray hit that you get with this character is going to link up into a full combo no matter what basically. The ability to convert off of any stray hit and also have elite neutral like Haruta does or like Choso does. The only other character with both of these traits that I can really name is Mechamaru. Outside of her 4R, Yuki neutral really isn't all that. And Megami's not in his prime days anymore. He can't really convert off of any stray hit like he used to be able to do. So I wouldn't really count those characters. Regardless though, those factors, as well as using Haruta for a really long time now, has let me put Haruta above Hakari on the tier list. That low HP is still a really big detriment though, so I can't really place him in the S tier at all. Let's talk about Hakari next, and really what a glow up for this character. He used to be terrible on release, but now he's up at A tier and he's been there for a while now. He's the only M1 merchant that gets to stay at the upper half of the tier list. Most of you already know how this character works, I don't think there's much to talk about him. The safety on this character is so absurd, especially in ranked with how debris forms. Oftentimes, the one punishable move, which is his aerial 3, you end up being unable to punish it because of how the debris forms around it. His 1-2 is basically unpunishable without prediction, and uppercut surfing his 4 can make it basically unpunishable as well. Combine that with his really high unevadable damage with his 1-2, this character is just consistently powerful no matter what skill level you're at. He has a very low skill floor as well, so he's very easy to get into. There's a reason why most sweats that you see are using Hikari. So in my opinion, if you want a really easy top tier to just pick up and get results, just choose Hikari. No matter what skill level you're at, you're gonna benefit by using him. Now that this tier is done, let's start talking about the lower half of the tier list, and we start with the B tier and with the first character, Yuta. I stand on what I said about Yuta before. This character has fallen off a cliff, and he's the most overrated character this game might have ever seen. His neutral isn't strong, his damage isn't crazy, Resolute Slash can only be used out of M1s, meaning you have to save your Severing Path for a Revolve combo, but Revolve is evasive punishable. This character is not scary, and he hasn't been scary for months now. His reputation right now is standing on the remnants of previous patches. S tier Yuta was bullying players so badly that people still think he's S tier months later. Post-traumatic Yuta disorder actually has people putting Yuta in these talks with Mekamaru, with Choso, with Megami. Like, please be so serious. He is not there at all whatsoever. Between him and Gojo, it's legitimately up in the air. Like I said, I only have him this high because he counters Haruta. If you want to put Gojo above him, I don't think that's a ridiculous take. Basically what I'm saying is, this character is not what his reputation says he is. Let's please relax on the glaze for this character. Next is Gojo. There's not much to say about this character, though I think he might be a little underrated by people. I know I myself used to underrate this character a lot more, but I'm feeling way more receptive to this character. M1s into blue, into TP red, the threat of TP red is gonna like make people waste their evasive. If the TP red hits, the threat of twofold is gonna make them waste their evasive too. Rapid punches is just generally high damage. This character is pretty good for an M1 merchant, and he's just solid in general. Next we have Mahito. And I think this character is very similar to Yuta, where his reputation is really boosting him up to places where he doesn't need to be. I often see this guy being put into A tier, but like, he's just not comparable to Hikari. In fact, I really struggle to put him above Gojo, honestly. He feels less safe, his damage is honestly kind of unimpressive, and he's an M1 merchant. His neutral has never been like that strong. And so it's like, I can't put this guy above Gojo, you know? He used to be way stronger, especially before the uppercut and down slam changes. But like now, he's really just not impressing me at all. Still a solid B tier nonetheless. The last character in B tier is gonna be Nanami, but honestly, I don't know where to place him. Like, I don't know much about this character at all. I don't really find him that fun to use, and he's not really intuitive either. I don't really see Nanami too often in ranked either, so this is kind of just a guess from me. From the times that I do face him, and from my own testing with the character, I think he might be like around a B tier maybe. I don't feel like he gets into A tier at all, but like I'm not really sure that he goes down to C tier. I don't really know. I think I'll just keep him in the B tier for now, and once I make a dedicated video on him, then I can fully put together my opinion on him. But for right now, I just don't really know. Now we're going down into the C tier, and from left to right we have Charles, Naoya, Yuji, and Todo. And we might as well talk about the last tier as well. The D tier is just Locust and Higuruma. D tier characters are borderline unusable. I haven't seen not one Locust since his nerfs in ranked. That itself should speak to how bad the character has become. Same thing with Higuruma. But let's go back to the C tiers real quick, and we'll talk about those first, starting with Charles. For Charles, it's mainly just a combination of low HP and low damage. There's other things too, like the fact that his shut up is evasive punishable, and the fact that his R special is super inconsequential. He's just really not that good, not much to be said there. Next is Naoya. You guys know I hate this character, he's not fun to fight against at all, because all he does is rely on his double dashes and that's it. If you just choose to play a little more passively against this character, he can't really do much at all. It's not fun to fight this character, it's not fun to use this character, they should just remove him from the game. With Yuji, it's a similar thing to Charles, low damage, low HP. His evasive baiting is pretty mediocre as well, and Black Flash is literally punishable on hit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't think too much about the order of this C tier. If you want to put one character in front of the other, or one character behind the other, I literally don't care at all. They're all just terrible to me anyway. Last character is Todo. His damage is actually pretty good, but his neutral is genuinely god-awful. Boogie Woogie is a fake tool that clippers use to farm TikTok clips or YouTube Shorts clips. Fight against any Todo doing this in a real match, just react to it. Any Boogie Woogie mix-up is hitting you one time and that's it. Afterwards, you stay on the lookout a little more, you just react to the next time he does it. It's just such a fake R special. Let's just move on to the D tier. I'm getting tired talking about these lower tier characters. You'll notice that if a character is interesting, 9 times out of 10, they'll be automatically higher up on the tier list. All these guys at the C and the D tier, they're all snooze fest characters. Finally in the D tier, we have Higuruma and we have Locust Guy. Do y'all remember when this guy was top 3 on rework, arguably number 1? Yeah, those days are way behind him now. 0 ways to evasive bait, 0 reason to engage with his block break mechanics, 7 hours of end lag on him. He's not even like Todo where he's terrible in all these aspects, at least he has good damage. No, he doesn't have good damage either. Just a terrible character, next to his terrible D tier friend, Locust Guy. Locust has low damage, 90 HP, essentially 0 block breakers that actually contribute to his neutral, They completely gutted Crushing Jaws, and Black Mucus was never going to be a good neutral tool for starting combos anyway. And so, this character has nothing. Completely unusable. And actually, for this guy specifically, for Locust, I don't mind if he stays unusable. He's just like Naoya in the sense that his kit is super annoying to deal with. When this was post-buff Locust and he was a buff Hikari on the tier list, nobody liked facing this character. Ridiculously long combos that drag on for no reason and allow him to refresh his cooldowns, combined with Crushing Jaws being extremely overtuned, not a single soul liked this character outside of Locust guy players. So I'm really not too peeved about the fact that the balancers took him out back and put him down. They were just doing all of us a favor. That's going to be it for the tier list. Let me know what character you want a specific video on in the future. Make sure to like and subscribe as well. I'll see y'all later.